Hey guys, it's Justin from LitTube, and I have to say, something happened during the NFL draft that really pissed me off, and I need to get it off my chest right now. So the Rams were picking in the third round, and they selected Cooper Kupp with Chris Godwin still on the board. Well, that's what this video is about. It's about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers landing what could be the steal of the draft. And wow, what a draft it's been for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because in the first round, they got O.J. Howard, big time tight end. And now in the third round, they land a true value pick in Chris Godwin, a guy that I struggle to find any flaws in his profile, honestly. I mean, you look at his workout metrics first and foremost. He runs a 4.42 40 time, which is 89th percentile, so he's a fast receiver. Burst score is above average, so when you combine his vertical jump and his broad jump, it comes out to 68th percentile among wide receivers. So he has above average burst. Agility score, 70th percentile. Catch radius, 76th percentile. Spark X score, 128.3, 95th percentile. That just shows you how great of an athlete this guy is. 95th percentile Spark X. Just think about that. So that means in addition to all his other metrics I just ran off, he's also really strong. I mean, that's the only way he would get that high of a Spark X score with those other metrics involved. So, freak athlete. Broke out at an early age at Penn State, got on the field relatively early at 19 and a half years old. College yards per reception, 16.6, 76th percentile. And he was above average in terms of his college dominator, counted for 34.9% of his school's receiving yards and receiving touchdowns at Penn State. And this guy is only 21 years old. See, that's the biggest thing. I mean, when you're drafting these receivers, you got to look at their full profile, and it actually is important how old they are. If they're 20, 21, that gives them so much more longevity in the NFL and so much more of a ceiling, because they can, come in and learn things and, develop from that early age. So, I mean, if you're a Buccaneers fan, you should be ecstatic. This was the best wide receiver left on the board when they were picking. I mean, the fact that other receivers have been going before this guy, like, I think about Zay Jones was an early pick. Cooper Kupp got picked before this guy. There was a couple other guys that were like no-name receivers. I'm just like, what is going on right now? Chris Godwin is going to be amazing for the Bucs, and I'm not a guy that touts every player. I know a lot of people that make these videos, they just love every guy. Every guy, they're just a fanboy, and they want to talk up players. Like, no. There's a lot of players in this draft I think suck, okay? But this guy, Chris Godwin, I'm telling you, he's the real deal. So you guys just brought in O.J. Howard, Desean Jackson. You already have Mike Evans, and now you have Chris Godwin. Jameis Winston's going to be able to sling the rock so much now. He's got so many weapons now. I mean, this is unbelievable. So, once Desean Jackson eventually retires, you're just going to have Godwin just going to step up and, take his place like it's nothing. And you're going to have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the outside. I mean, this is such an amazing pick. But I'm pissed because I'm a Rams fan and they drafted freaking Cooper Kupp. Guy's 24 years old and all his metrics suck, and he went to a small school. How the hell is that a better pick than Chris Godwin? You could have taken a lineman, could have taken Chris Godwin, you could have taken a defensive guy, you take freaking Cooper Kupp. Most overrated guy in probably the whole draft. So, I mean, it's one of those things, I'm telling you guys, there's some GMs that should just, get fired after this draft, because so many stupid things happened in this draft. It just goes to show you, you could just take a random-ass NFL fan, and they'd probably do a better job than, half of these general managers in drafting. That's how sad sometimes the management is with these NFL teams. I mean, I just don't get it. You build through the future, but you gotta identify the right prospects. You can't just willy-nilly draft a guy because his highlights look good. That's stupid. Look at the full picture, make a good selection. But Bucs fans, you got to be ecstatic about what's happened right now with your team.